Strike Force, but here we go. He is maybe moving in. Oh, I see Banelings being morphed in by Jinho with whatever little resources he has, so he is going to be Baneling busting my base. Let's see how I defend against this. I have this triangle formation again. For the life of me, I can't remember what kind of triangle. That's a right triangle. I'm so stupid. This is a right triangle. Duh. Okay, so I have Immortals right now because I realized that pretty much he only has Stalkers, and what better to get to counter Stalkers than Immortals? So that's pretty much why I just decided to go double Robo. I'm gonna need to go some kind of specialist build right now if I'm gonna be able to contribute in the game. I'm not really gonna be able to outmass his infantry. Here come the Banelings with their Baneling balls about to bust on my probes, but I have this right triangle formation of photon cannons. Thank you so much for that. And here come my probes back in line. I think I lost about maybe 6 probes there, and Brotas does not want to fight against Photon Cannons and Immortals, because why would you want to fight Immortals with just Stalkers? Even though I only have 2, Immortals are just so strong against Stalkers, because that 50 damage is just, I mean, that's pretty insane to do, for something to do 50 damage. And here comes Hypnotica again, trying to deny Jinho here any economy. Tried to get another Spore Crawler down in time, but I don't think that's going to happen. And Brotas very well on his feet right now, even able to warp in some Stalkers and pick off a couple of more Mutalisks, so at least get a couple of shots on them. Hypnotica's still pretty strong on the Mutaling combo right now, and even expanding out here. I guess he didn't want to expand here, make it look obvious or something, so he did just take this position. He D'd it up a little bit even, so he is doing he is well on his feet right now, but Brotas just has this giant Stalker force. But luckily for me, I am Chrono boosting out Immortals from these 2 robotics facilities, and we think that it's a good time for us to push because Jinho's not really on his feet. So here comes the Lings and the Immortals starting to slap down these Stalkers with my cannons and the claws on the Stalkers, and he is kind of doing a shoot fire maneuver right now. He can't really take us on head to head. He's got a couple of Zealots, which is really annoying for my Immortals to deal with, but he is not really going to be able to take us on head to head. Just look at how many Stalkers he is losing. Between trying to move back and forth, those Mutas are doing tons of damage, and whenever my Immortals are able to get a couple of hits, those Stalkers are just being devastated. And Jinho finally back on his feet again, but he's not really producing all that much. He's pretty much just producing of drones right now to try to saturate this base. And I think I see a Greater Spire right here from Hypnotica. This is kind of a weird transformation build. It's like I'm gonna turn into, I don't even know what this looks like, but yeah, it does morph into a Greater Spire. I always thought it was kind of weird. It just like shrinks down into a third of its size and starts bouncing up and down. So here comes my Immortals and the rest of Hypnotica's force. So we have a pretty good Stalker counter right now because that's pretty much all Brotas has been able to get, and tons of Stalkers going down right here. Brotas does have some nice static D, but I'm able to snipe out whatever Stalkers are just below this ledge right here. And even I have sight right now for those Photon Cannons, so I'm trying to take down the pylon there. The cannons are unpowered right now, and oh no, Lings are coming to my Immortals. Immortals are in trouble, and he uses all of his Banelings on my Immortals. Not really the best place to use them, but I mean, there aren't any other ground forces, so he kind of was forced to use Banelings on Immortals there. And Hypnotica has tons of weak Mutalisks, and more Zerglings coming in to support right here, so I guess we realized that it's best for us to try to attack who has the least amount of anti-air, because Hypnotica's Mutalisks are pretty weak right now. And so we are trying to go in and finish off Jinho, because those Lings are going to be really devastating to my Immortals if he's able to get enough and get some good surrounds on them. And the Queen is going to die. Brotas only has a couple of Stalkers right now, but we are going to be able to mop those up pretty well because Immortals are just so good against Stalkers. And Hypnotica even coming with some Zerglings. My Immortals trying to take as much fire as they can before they go down, and 3 Spore Crawlers moving up, but Hypnotica's Lings are able to get it, and my Immortals, very injured, now scurrying back into the fray of the battle, trying to take down those Spore Crawlers for Hypnotica's Mutalisks, and I'm still just pumping out Immortals right now. We see 2 Immortals in production, more Lings in production for Hypnotica, and I think Jinho's base is gonna be going down here. And it looks like I have 2 Immortals, and I probably was not paying attention because they are being rallied right now. But finally, I start to attack these Stalkers right now alongside Hypnotica's Zerglings. So not the best move by me right there, but we are able to take out the Stalkers at least, so we know this base is going to be taken out indefinitely, and it's really going to be impossible for Jinho to rebuild from this. I don't know how many drones he even has left. He has 8 drones. He's not rebuilt his base. He's being revealed. I'm even able to secure an expansion up here because I'm now starting to mine out my my side base right here. My main has been completely destroyed, and I realize it's time to branch out and explore new opportunities. So here I am on the north side of the map securing this expansion. And yeah, so Jinho only has a handful of drones left, and Hypnotica has that Greater Spire. He is bringing out his Corruptors, so he's going to be able to morph in some Broodlords, because Broodlords are with support, Broodlords are very good against Stalkers, because those Broodlings pretty much just act like Zerglings against Stalkers, and it's very annoying for Stalkers to deal with the ground force of that. The actual Broodlord Stalkers actually can do a lot of damage too, but again, those Broodlings is what they have to deal with. And here comes out Brotas trying to pick away at our army, but again, I just have these medium mortals. If he had some speed zealots, that would be really difficult for me to fight against, but I don't really think he has enough economy to spread alongside massing units as well as teching, because Hypnotica did a good job attacking Brotas, and he really has no place to expand because we have almost complete map control. And here comes the Broodlord Cocoons alongside my Immortals right now, and Brotas does have a decent defending position right here, even has 2 pylons, so let's see how he's going to be able to defend against this force, but I really don't think he's going to be able to that well, because honestly Immortal power is just so strong against everything that he has right here. Trying to move back, but at this point I'm like, I might as well just move forward. I have the Broodlords, trying not to lose a lot. I'm trying to snipe out some cannons so that those Broodlings are going to be able to pretty much just act like Zerglings and chase away these Stalkers. Cute little Broodlords just dying and going out of time right there. But yeah, here come the rest of the Zerglings and the Broodlings, and sorry, I called those Broodlords before. They are Broodlings. And here comes one Immortal going to be able to get sniped out by these Stalkers. If you are playing a PvP, I'm just going to make this side point that I found it's very helpful for you to actually focus fire down Immortals with all, if not most, of your Stalkers if you are fighting like an Immortal Stalker battle, because whoever doesn't have the Immortals is going to lose in the long run. And yeah, that's just kind of a side note there. So Jinho has left the game, so that is pretty much it, and the game goes on for a little bit longer, so I guess we'll just kind of look at the mop up here. What Brotas might be able to do. He's actually doing a lot of damage to Hypnotica's base right now, taking out those Lings, but it's just a matter of time before we reinforce that position. So I guess this was a good game to kind of show you, because it's really frustrating in 2s when you fight against proxiers, especially people who do a really good proxy like Brotas was able to do. We actually fought against Brotas I think once or twice after this matchup, and very good Protoss player, and Jinho as well, a good player. And here I come back from the dead. I have 1 pylon left in my base. I'm finally going to be able to reclaim my home territory. Woot woot. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully this was an enjoyable game for you guys, because this was a crazy game for me to play, kind of coming back from the dead and massing Immortals. Always a fun strat to be able to pull off. And yeah, hopefully you guys had enjoyed that, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for the next episode of Mazeesports.